And there we have it, all in. Nice Marfil stone set, Legend Vantage, Contemporary Vision 2 trim. It's all good. Job done.
Plumbers videos. My name's Alan Hart, and in today's video we've got Elliott. Elliott's back. I was thinking to myself the other day, I haven't heard not of Elliott for a few days, and then all of a sudden he sends me all these videos of a fire, gas fire installation. And this, I've installed lots of fires over years. I've done loads of flue liners, and there's certain things in this video that I thought, oh yeah, that's a good idea, and I never thought of that. So yeah, it's a really interesting video today. Please remember, if you're going to work on a gas fire, you must be gas safe registered and competent to do so. These videos are designed for new trainees that are coming into the industry, just to give them a little bit of an insight into boilers, fires, whatever the videos are. But these videos are designed for that, and they're not designed for you to take anything from these videos and use them as fact. Always read the installation instructions, gas regs, etc. And without further ado, let's pass you over to Elliott.
Good morning to the Alan Hart fan club. So I just thought I'd go through a little installation that I've got on for today. So taking out a solid fuel fire up from there, and we're going to be fitting a gas fire and fireplace. No gas here currently. I need to find it under the floors. Hopefully it's there. Okay, so the stove's out. I've taken the cowling off, and it's got to chisel out the concrete around the top of the flue liner in here, and then the liner will come down. And here we go. After having drawn the disc cutter in the lounge to cut different bits off, pulling the flue liner out. Just a word to the wise, if you've never done this before, I know I'm not teaching to suck eggs to the older guys, but pull it up and out rather than down and in saves a hell of a lot of mess. And if you can hear that, I don't know if you can hear that, have it all sealed off on the inside and your hoover running saves a lot of mess. Then mark out your skirtings and cut them with your multi-tool, which this one's ancient. I've had this since I was like 16, and now that I'm only 17, so yeah, it's lasted me a long time. But yeah, mark out your skirting boards. And one thing I'll probably mention again is this is combustible, so you must measure from the edge of your gas fire to any combustible materials. Make sure you've got that clearance, and we have on this one. And I've chiselled out the old sub hearth, lay the pipe in to make sure I've bent it all right to match up the old gas supply that luckily was under there. Yes, it's going to be taped. Yes, it's going to be protected. Yes, I'm going to run some steel over here where these go, but it is very deep. And yes, I'm going to scar on the concrete that there's gas pipe underneath. Before you keyboard warriors keep shouting. So for me, I always like to run 15mm right inside the opening, then I reduce it down to 8mm. But you can obviously run 10mm in if you think you've got enough gas pressure. But with this, I've got a 35 kilowatt boiler just over there somewhere. So I'm running 15mm all the way to keep the volume of gas nice and high. Yeah. That was the next stage. Okay, so the hearth's in. I've reduced the opening down. Now, you're not allowed to use thermalite or light block work on gas fire and fireplaces unless, excuse me, this is according to the regs that I've read, unless you render them, which they're going to be done. They're going to be rendered with 25mm render on the inside. Yes, I could use concrete block, but I didn't fancy cutting up loads of concrete block, so I used light block. So it's going to be all rendered inside, coated. Not only that, but yeah, I'm going to seal it on the inside where you're meant to, but the actual seal happens on the outside here anyway. So it'll have two sets of seal. I'll seal up and around it, and seal on the inside of the opening, which will be here, and this will all be coated on the edges that are exposed in the inside there and back up there. They're exposed to the fumes. I know that plenty of people don't bother doing that, and that's fine. Do what you want, but for me, I'm a little bit sad. I do it exactly to the regs. But yeah, there we go. That's the get in there now. Okay, so the hearth's in set, the back's in and set. Gas pipe's obviously up there. I've closed the opening down. Yes, they are thermalite blocks, but they're going to be rendered. You're not allowed to use thermalite or light block work inside for gas fireplaces. So they're going to be rendered to make them obviously all the faces inside, back, and everything. Because I couldn't be bothered, excuse me, to cut up concrete blocks or bricks. just easier for me to use Thermalite and render them up, to bring them up to regs. There we go. Oh, and the inside is up there, you can see, well clear, and a cowl's going on that. So where the line has come out, it's a clay lined. Excuse me, it doesn't need to be swept, it's crystal clean. So gas is in, fixing eyes have been put in, so they are eyes that go in the back there. They used to use, on this particular manufacturer, used to use heat-proof wall plugs, but now they just use standard plastic ones. So yeah, I'm going to put a little bit of fastening over them. Not that they need it, but it's just what I do. I've got to take this up. This is just on test at the minute, make sure we've got no leaks on the new joints. And then single-sided foam seal. There we go. Needs to go all the way around here at the correct distance for the manufacturer of the fire. So there we go, as you would doing a back boiler. Not that many back boilers get fitted these days, but if you're servicing them or any gas fires, protect the gas pipe from any certain debris and stuff like that, because it can eat away at the copper. And you'll see I've put a little mark. You can't really see it on the camera up there. So that's where the back of the firebox goes, and that's well into the firebox. Also, as per the manufacturing instructions, make sure you've got the correct volume in behind the fire, free air volume in behind the fire for catchment space. Not too much as well. You don't just want a massive void, otherwise you'll find the chimney won't pull very well. So yeah, make sure you've got the correct volume, and you'll see I've rendered all the block work there, up there and everywhere. So yeah, there we go. So just a little bit about the fire, which I'll do, oh my knees, which I'll do a little bit more about when the trim's on, the coal bed's in. But this is the Legend Vantage slide control gas fire. In my opinion, absolutely brilliant fire. What you get from this fire and for the price that you pay, I think is second to none. It really is. There's a lot more expensive fires out there on the market, but I really don't think that they offer anything more than Legend do with their Vantage. If you're going for what would be classified as a standard gas fire, so a 16-inch by 22-inch gas fire, I love them. I think they're brilliant. The slide mechanism is dead simple. They've not overcomplicated it. That's the focus. Some companies have got this big contraption of cables that go all the way around under the trim and across the bottom of the burn. You've got to tighten up the tension, and Legend has got it right. So here's your rod, there's your little handle, which obviously you'll have a trim, and just see the little handle on the side there. A couple of little indentations in it, and when you're moving it down, there's a little, let's see if I can get the focus, a little piece of under tension, a little piece of metal there that slots into these little dinks in the rod, so you know exactly your position, whether you're on high, low or off. Simply pushes down the rod, makes a connection onto here to link out for the spark gen, and for the gas valve, opens the gas valve, pushes the rod in, ignites, and away it goes. Dead simple. The pads all come fully fitted straight away, the rear insulation boards. The coal bed obviously you put on. They do many different coal beds. You've got coals, driftwood, ripped coals, pebbles, the full works. The trim on them, we're going for this one, which is brushed stainless. It's the Vision. They're really nice fires. I really like them. Fitted hundreds of them over the years. I did my apprenticeship with a fireplace firm in Torquay. Heads up to First Choice Fireplaces in Queensway in Torquay. I was with them for quite a few years before I moved on to another firm. But yeah, we fitted loads of these, amongst other brands, but I've sort of stuck with these myself since going self-employed, and I really like them. If I had any criticism of them, it's not really criticism, it's just something I'd like to see them change, and it's on the burner. So Legend, if you're watching this, or if someone's pointing it out to you, I would love, there's probably a reason why you can't, but I'd love where these spot welds are, them to be screws, so that when these wear out, as they do, everything wears out and you'll get some hairline cracks in the steel, and you need to replace it, rather than having to replace the whole burner, you can just replace the strip. Now I know obviously for business sense they want to sell a whole burner, and if that's the reason, that's the reason. But I think be a really good heads up to get these as a replaceable part. So yeah, bit of feedback for Legend. But other than that, I honestly can't fault them. The customer service, they're all super friendly on the phone. Super friendly. I've had one where I've lost there's a little like a little packing ring in behind there. Phoned them up saying, look, I've cocked up, this is what I've done. They sent it out to me, free of charge. They're good as gold. They didn't have to do that. It's probably only cost them a couple of quid in postage, and the parts probably fractions of a pence, but it's not the point. They've had to get someone to go down to a warehouse, dig it out and put it in the post, so thank you. They're great fires, but in the next little video in a second I'll show what they look like lit. Unfortunately it's a super bright sunny day, so we're not going to get the full effect of the flames, but yeah, great fires. If anybody's looking for a gas fire, I honestly would recommend the Legend as a company. They've got a whole range of fires, and their new outdoor burner, their outdoor log burner, is beautiful. Have a little look on their website. I think legend.com or legendfires.co.uk, something like that. Have a look. Don't go through the obviously the middlemen. Have a little look at their website straight away. And there we have it, all in. Nice Marfil stone set, Legend Vantage, contemporary Vision 2 trim. It's all good. Job done. And there we go. I mean, it's a bit hard to see the flame pattern. That's a bit better that side, because it's so bright today. I'm yet to give the coals a little spray up, because obviously they get a little bit of scuffing in transit. That's normal. But look at that for a good flame pattern. Stunning. I honestly don't know where you'll get a better flame pattern for the money. And they're high-end fires, they really are. But the price is I class as fair. So yeah. Anyway, that's that. I'm not going to run through the whole commissioning process on a gas fire, but that's all in, done and dusted. Customers happy. Well, they will be.
Thank you very much once again, Elliott, for that. So that's Elliott from E-Fry Gas Services, showing us there a little bit about the work that he does with gas fires, and really appreciate the time and effort that Elliott puts into helping this channel and also helping the new guys coming into the industry. It's yeah, it's great, is that. Thank you very much. And that's it. If you're a plumber, if you're a gas engineer, if you want to help out on this channel, then please get in touch. I'm happy to, if you want me to come out to one of your jobs or whatever, whatever we can do, really. Yeah, thanks very much. This video is for gas safe, registered and trainee gas engineers under supervision. Please comply with the current regulations at the time.